Did you know it's possible to have a birthmark inside of your eye? Because I sure didn't until about a week ago. Personal shortcoming here, I have not been to an optometrist since 6th grade. And I really wanted glasses at that time, but they were able to see right through 6th grade me's attempt to essentially lie to them to say that I had a good prescription. And I lied because I wanted to be more like my dad, because he wears glasses. In fact, every person in my family, immediate and extended, wears glasses. I am the odd one out. Or I was. Because, guess who just remembered that he hadn't been since 6th grade and discovered not only does he have a prescription, but also an astigmatism in his left eye, which explains so much. So when they sat down and said like, okay, what options do you want with your new glasses? I was like, oh, I'll be fine. Just give me the regular. It'll be cool. And then after I got home, realized like what the options were, aka being made out of like polycarbonate, so they're lighter, a UV filter, which I guess I don't, but most importantly, an anti-glare for filming these videos. And I tried to call them back in a panic. They just closed 10 minutes before. For the weekend. In that moment, I realized I had to pray that they hadn't gotten around to placing the order from the, glasses manufacturer or people that they get it from. So last weekend was spent entirely biting my nails and praying that the person in charge just forgot or was lazy or something. Please don't do your job. I'm begging you. And then Monday morning I called and they were like, okay, it's a good thing that you called now because the people that placed the order forgot. Yes! And so the optometrist lady on the phone started like really apologizing and I was like, no, you're doing me a favor by not. I would like all of these options. Please just slather them on. Just layer all those options, please, on my face. And now, after an entire week of waiting and anticipation, may I present to you my new look, I guess. Ta-da! What do you think? This is me now. I'm a glassy boy. Oh yeah, I like these. They're black, they're a little bit round.
Yeah. Oh, those are nice. Those are nice.
Wow.
That looks great.
Everything's sharp.
Isn't that weird when you first put them on? It's like, oh my goodness, now I can really see.
Yeah, this is the fogging problem.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna like keep looking at my monitor because this just doesn't feel real. Yeah, it's like I have to put much more effort into focusing my eyes or else the two images will kind of drift apart naturally.
Are those bifocal or they're just...
They're just one.
Just one, okay.
Yeah, they're just for long range.
Yeah.
Because I can see fine short range. It's just long range stuff. And as a kid, I wanted to wear glasses like my dad. And so occasionally I would steal his glasses and put them on and see the world so incredibly vividly. And I told the optometrist that and she said, please don't do that. That prescription is way too strong for your young eyes. You will damage them. Please don't. But sometimes I still did and felt pretty naughty. And I still kind of feel that right now. I feel like I shouldn't be wearing these right now. Like, I'm going to mess up my eyes, even though that's literally the opposite of what these do. So this is my first time going anywhere with these glasses, and it's shocking just how much detail there is in the world. Like, I can see the details on that mountain ahead of us. It doesn't even feel real. It feels like you're watching like a really sharp movie. Like, this is just the way the world's always been. And I just kind of assumed that how I had my eyes was normal. Nope, I am very happy with this. Like, I can just see the details in that palm tree. Oh my gosh, see the details in that sign. This is so cool. I'm very, very happy. Now, I have not worn these long enough to be used. Oh wow, everything just downgraded to like standard definition from 4K. My eyes aren't used to wearing glasses yet. If you've worn glasses for a long time, do you remember the first time you put them on and how like my eyes feel tired? Also, I have this weird thing where if I have like pressure on the tip of my nose, I get nauseous, which apparently is not a common thing. Maybe I should talk to a doctor about that.
Well, that's interesting.
But yeah, we'll see how that manifests itself. So I'm really hoping that I get used to this, and so glad that I did, in fact, go through all of that trouble for the polycarbonate frames instead of, like, thick glass, because that would just make the experience so much worse. Oh, this is so cool. I'm never gonna get tired of looking around, I think. Like, it feels genuinely like I just gained a whole new sense. Like, I can see the details in that fire. I sure can't right now, but I thought that's just how everybody saw. It is not. That is what happens when you don't visit an optometrist since 6th grade. Now, knowing me, the only thing I'm worried about is losing these bad boys, which would really suck. I don't have like a follow-up to that. I just really hope I don't. I don't know how to guarantee. What do I, like, glue an AirTag to the middle of it? I don't know how to solve that problem besides, like, picking a spot on my bedside table that is where these go if they are not on my face, and they go nowhere else. They don't go on the kitchen counter. They don't go on the bathroom sink before I hop in the shower. Why would I put them in the bathroom sink? If you wear glasses, can you please, like, can I ask, how do you keep track of them? I am so new to this world and have so much to learn. I feel like a young boy just discovering the gift of sight for the first time. And it's so exciting, but I am nervous. And also, can I ask how long it took you to get used to the feeling of these on your face? Because I'm hoping that I will soon. It's getting better. I've worn these on and off. I just picked them up yesterday. So I've worn them on and off, and I definitely feel more used to it now than I did then, but it still feels weird. And now I guess I'm just gonna keep looking around. Maybe I'll go for a walk and just admire the view. That sounds like a good idea. Stay positive. That was elegant. You know, I just realized? Yet another way that I have just become a knockoff Evan Edinger.